The baby was just born when a witch placed a mysterious blessing upon her. The king heard this and was filled with dread, for this blessing was actually a curse. The witch glanced at a spinning wheel, then spread her arms and began to chant. She cursed the princess to fall into a deep sleep at 16. Only true love's kiss could break the spell. Then she left the palace. To keep the princess safe, the king ordered every spinning wheel in the kingdom burned. He also entrusted the princess to 3 fairy godmothers. They took the princess to a cottage in the woods. The 3 fairies took human form and vowed not to use magic, but their hiding place was already known to the witch. She came to the window and watched the princess, then made a frightening face, but the princess simply smiled back at her. In the morning, the princess cried from hunger, but the fairies did not know how to care for a baby. They dropped a carrot in front of her. The crow in the tree could only watch helplessly. The witch could not bear the sound of the princess crying. That night, the crow brought flowers to the princess and fed her drops of fresh nectar. Finally, with the witch's secret help, the princess grew into a lovely young girl. Watching the princess run toward a cliff, the crow grew frantic with worry. Just then, the witch used magic to save her. One day, the witch was healing trees in the forest. The princess approached her. The witch sternly told her to go away, but the princess walked forward and hugged her. Perhaps even the witch did not realize her heart was beginning to soften. The princess wandered into a part of the forest and was delighted by the fairies dancing around her. But the fairies seemed to notice something and quickly hid. The princess looked behind her. The witch was hiding behind a large tree, then stepped into view. After that, the two met in the forest often. The princess played happily with the fairies. Suddenly, a clump of mud flew and hit the witch. This terrified the fairies, but the crow laughed joyfully. The witch used a little magic to toss mud back at the crow. Her heart had been softened by the princess, but the day of the curse drew ever nearer. The witch came to the princess once more. She intended to remove the curse, but found it was still firmly in place. One day, she found the princess and asked her to come live in the forest. The princess was thrilled by the idea and wanted to go tell the 3 fairies. But the 3 fairies strongly objected and finally told her the whole truth. Heartbroken, the princess rode toward the palace. What she did not know was that the palace held the greatest danger of all. The man just looked at a milk carton and instantly thought of an escape plan. He stepped on it to flatten it, then used a spoon to scrape out the waxy lining. When the guard wasn't looking, he pressed the waxy sheet onto the keypad. When the guard entered the code, it would leave marks on the wax. By checking the fingerprint positions, he could guess the password. Next came testing the code. But how could he get close to the keypad? He rolled toilet paper into several small balls, then coated them with toothpaste, wrapped them in a wet paper towel to form one large ball. When the guard unlocked his cuffs for meals, he secretly stuffed the ball into the lock mechanism. This way, even if the food slot was locked, he could still push it open. But this was far from enough to escape. So during recreation time, he looked around and spotted a weakness. There was a fire station right next door. He then purposely started a fight, so the guards would put him in solitary confinement. Inside, he found only 2 guards on duty, and they had a smoking habit. While the guards stepped out for a smoke, he mentally timed their break. It took about 10 minutes. Then he used the security camera to signal his hacker friend the escape time. With everything ready, the man began his plan. He unlocked the keypad and entered the monitor room, rewound the footage to show him still in his cell, buying himself more time. Then he crawled into the ventilation shaft and successfully reached the fire station. There he changed clothes, disguising himself as a firefighter. Just then his friend outside caused an explosion on purpose, triggering the fire department's response. The man was already hiding under a truck. While everyone was focused on the fire, no one noticed him. And just like that, he escaped right under the guards' noses. Turns out the man was an escape expert. One day, CIA agents approached him, asking him to test a private prison security. But right after he left, he was kidnapped. He woke up inside a glass cell, in such an exposed and transparent environment, with 360-degree surveillance everywhere. Even more extreme, the cells were suspended in air, and guards outnumbered those in normal prisons. The man couldn't take it. He immediately said he quit, but the warden ignored him completely and locked him up anyway. Someone outside had bribed the warden to keep him imprisoned there for life. That day, a little girl was drowning in the pool. She struggled desperately and screamed for help, but the nanny was busy chatting, completely unaware. The dog heard the cries. He quickly pushed the iron gate open and rushed out. He leaped into the water, swam underneath the little girl, used his strength to push her above the surface. The dog dragged her to the edge of the pool. Her older brothers and sisters heard the noise and came running. The terrible nanny tried to make the little sister keep it a secret. The older sister immediately called their mom to tell on her. The nanny got fired right away. and the dog went back to his metal crate. Don't be fooled by how smart he was during the rescue. There's a reason he gets locked up. When he first showed up, he was a stray. He waited until the dad wasn't looking, sneaked into the villa, made his way upstairs, and woke the youngest daughter with a bunch of enthusiastic licks. The little girl was thrilled to see him. She thought he was a gift from her dad. The dad stared in shock at the dog in his daughter's arms. After the kids begged and pleaded nonstop, the dog finally got to stay. And this dad's nightmare officially began. This dog was a genius at destroying the house. The dad just laid down some newspaper for him. But the dog had already done his business on the furniture. Brand new leather shoes instantly became his chew toys. The clean floors were always covered in muddy paw prints. He would only drink water from the fishbowl on the dining table. There was hardly a single spot in the house left untouched. Right before dinner, he'd wait for the owners to look away, sneak onto the table, and eat the roasted chicken. Because the food at the dad's house was so good, the dog's size grew like a blown-up balloon. He soon became as big as a little bear. But his love for the dad grew stronger every day. He'd greet him after work with sloppy wet kisses. But all that was just the normal stuff. One night, the dog sneaked into the living room to watch TV. The dad came downstairs to check after hearing noises. The dog quickly ran off. When the dad sleepily got back into bed, he didn't realize the wife lying next to him seemed off. He drowsily felt his wife lying beside him. Just as he was about to lovingly stroke her hair, his actual wife appeared at the doorway, asking who he was talking to. The dad was completely stunned. He turned on a light. A giant dog head was gazing at him with deep affection. But believe it or not, this was just the beginning. The ultimate move that would completely break the dad was still the man disguised himself as a statue. His goal was to steal a diamond worth billions. Guards were posted all around the area, but the man showed no sign of nervousness. Mark activated a remote control hidden inside a book. A small black toy car began rolling forward, using the dark patterned lines on the floor as cover. It slipped past the eyes of many guards. Suddenly, a guard stepped in front of it. Mark decided to try squeezing through. Fortunately, the guard didn't notice. The car reached the base of the diamond display. Then Mark pressed a button. The toy car locked into a groove on the pedestal. It climbed upward along the display case's edge. Soon it reached the top. A slender claw extended from the car, precisely clamping onto the diamond. Mark then placed a projector in the statue's hand. A fake diamond now appeared in its original spot. And just like that, the diamond was stolen. Meanwhile, the police chief was guarding another location. They believed Mark's target was a diamond necklace, but were informed the diamond had been sent to the exhibition. The chief immediately drove toward the scene, ordering his team to check it out first. Mark then disguised himself as a cleaner, but ended up bumping into a man. Right then the man sensed something odd, and quickly called out to Mark. Mark stopped near a manhole cover. By now he was surrounded by police. An officer demanded to see his ID. Mark pretended to search for it while pressing a button. Soon a corrosive liquid flowed from the soles of his shoes. Just as the man realized his true identity, the manhole cover corroded and gave way. Mark instantly dropped into the sewer, emerging from another manhole. He escaped smoothly on roller skates. Seeing this, the man gave chase, and the police chief's helicopter appeared above the city, firing shots at Mark. Unfortunately, a group of marathon runners happened to be passing by, forcing the chief and the man to hold their fire. Mark took the chance to blend into the marathon crowd, using the other runners as cover to slip away. After completing this adventure, Mark planned to retire. But then the news reported an impersonator claiming to be him, who even boasted about stealing a historic sword. This successfully sparked Mark's interest. He immediately decided to go meet that imposter.